Hey everybody. I figured I might as well just get this off my chest and get it over with. I don't know if anybody's going to be watching or anybody's going to understand where I'm coming from, but I figured, might as well get it over with. And I'll show you. I will show you personally what is wrong and what's going on here. I'm just explaining myself right now, but I'll tell you the crux of it, and you've probably read it. I wanted to be done with it, but this is high aggravation here for me. I wish you could understand why that is, but I'm going to outright show you and explain to you what's going on. I wish the creator could see this. I'm going to explain this as logically and as calmly as I can. And after that, you can decide for yourself if I'm that crazy or that nuts or not understanding or there's a miscommunication or something. Because to be honest, I've never had to deal with something like this before, nor have I had to go live or make a video or anything like that in my wildest dreams to show that this is really messed up. I mean, truly messed up. And yes, we'll get to the underwear part very shortly here. But I'll give you the rundown. I'll tell you right now. I've been waiting for this bodysuit for about 1.5 years. There's been a lot of complications. I did agree to it in the terms of service. I did. I will admit it. I did. But I never thought that it would come to be just something I would have never expected. Never would have expected at all. So, on that note, I will show you. This is what I waited for 1.5 years, and I will be honest with you, it surely was not worth the wait at all. And I hope everybody can hear me over the air conditioner. It is on. I am going to need it. And I'm going to do my best to demonstrate right here, right now. So, simply enough to start, she did do the paws. This is one of them. This is what I gave her most of the parts. The claws, paw pads, and everything. They're good. I like it. This is good. Yes, I do have two. There are two here. These are good. I like them. They're sturdy. They're not going to get the shit knocked out of them like the other ones I had. But then again, I was using them for other purposes by going outside in snow, slush, street crap, things like that. These are good. The enclosed tail that came also, that was a belt loop, was good too. Perfect. It was perfect and much more better than the one I got from North for almost 12, 13 years ago. So, okay, no problem whatsoever. And if you're just joining now, I'm glad you're here because now we're going to get to why I'm saying there's an underwear warning. So, get ready for that, okay? Yes, paws look good. You're right, the paws do look good. But, okay, so here we go. Paws look good, tail looks good. So now the body. Now it comes to the body. And here it is. You can judge for yourself. I've made up my mind about it, but again, you can have your opinion. You're entitled to it. Okay, so I open the box. Here's the box. Okay, I'm going through the box. All right. So we got this, 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 and this. Okay. Cool. So then we come to the suit itself. Here it is. Not bad. I mean, stitching, sewing, and everything is good, and that's all we can say about the box. It's good. I put the lanyard on there because I'm going to need help getting this up in a second. You will understand why that is. Stitching's fine. Everything's fine. But as you saw, what's up with this? What are all the pillows? What are all these things here for? I'm glad you asked. So, if you had seen the brew before, I had digitigrade legs. Basically giving the impression that, you know, I had haunches and stuff, and it was sort of, I don't know how to explain it, like more standing on my toes, so to speak. Sort of looks like that to me anyhow. These pads are to show that. This somehow is to wrap around thigh and my butt. You heard me right. This is to wrap around my thigh and my butt that I'm supposed to take and stuff down into the body that I just showed you. This little trapezoidal one, as you can see, is to take it and place it by my knee somewhere. Where by my knee, I'm not certain by that, but I've tried the many ways of where it should go, and I'm not 100% on that still, as I'm not 100% on that. So this times 2 has made it impossible to walk. Now, I have talked with her, and I had said, like, it's almost impossible to move. Okay? It's really impossible to move. And so far, the recourse is that I will send it back on the 17th. So there would be adjustments to be made. I don't know what sort of adjustments, but I know one thing for sure, it's not going to be a whole redesign, because we talked about it like later this afternoon or earlier this afternoon, and the whole redesign is not going to happen. So you've come to see what the problem is and why it is the way it is. So I'll give you all a graphic demonstration for all who's watching. You've come at the right time. So here we go. This is how you do it. You take it off, just like that, okay? Because, I mean, you have to get in the fursuit, okay? So here we go. And I'm going to try not to, you know, have the zipper go ajar or derail or whatever, but I'll show you. Okay, as you can see, it's pretty big. And yes, there's padding down here by my calf. All right. Okay, so this padding that's back here, down that you can't see probably, is down by my calf. Okay, so I have this thing on already, more or less. Here we go. All right, here we go. It's on, and as you can see, it's you can see what it is without the padding. It's because I mean, this is not me. Not like this. No. Maybe it looks good, maybe it doesn't. I can't tell from this angle. Shoot, this thing unzipped. Hang on. You're going to get more of a treat than y'all anticipated here. All right. Let me just get the zipper started. We can begin. Start it little. You see, the problem is not so much the construction of the suit and everything. It's good, but yeah, like wolf legs, pretty much. Yeah, same thing. It's not bad, okay? Well, that's a complicated story. Why it took so long, that's a very long story, and I can't really disclose that on a live video here. That's yeah, there's some personal matters to that, not me, so to speak. Okay, so I got this thing, or I don't think it's going to come off. Okay, here we go. So, got this all the way down here. And like I said, I've been doing this fursuiting for 10 years. Okay, there's people that have been doing it longer. This is an underwear thing. I don't want to show off more than I need. I've been doing this for more than 10 years. There's some things I've come to expect. I knew for one it will be tight. That's a given. It still has to conform to one's body. I understand that. That's fine. And she was right in saying that. Two, this thing has been shedding like crazy. That'll happen as well. So, let's see if I can get this on without doing that zipper again. I think maybe. Okay. So, this one didn't come undone. Learn a few tricks here. See why the lanyard is. Okay. I haven't tried to zip it up at all, like so, but I don't know if this is going to go or not. Yeah, it's going. I think it is. Something's going on. There we go. Or do I got something jammed? I don't know exactly. Yeah. Yeah, there is. It's very long and it's very drawn out, and I don't know. I think it's very narrow in the shoulders that I can't get it up. I don't think I can. Crap. Yeah, this thing is really narrow. So I can't tell if it's jammed or if... Oh, what's going on? Just my luck that it gets jammed while I'm trying to do this. Let's see here. If I don't dislocate a shoulder first. Okay. So, obviously, it's a little narrow. Oh, definitely narrow in the shoulders. Or I just jammed it, I couldn't tell. Alright. Let's take a look. Oh, it's jammed. Okay, it was a little jammed. Okay. See, it's better when there's somebody over who can do this, that you can do this with. Okay. Well, maybe I should just get to the meat and potatoes of everything, you know? I couldn't get that up for the life of me. Okay. So, hopefully everybody's having a good Sunday. Better than okay. It's having a better Sunday or Saturday actually. It's near dinner time, and hopefully it's going well for everybody out there in Facebook land. Okay, here we go again. Let's see if I can do it. And if you can tell, yes, I am mildly annoyed. This is something I would have never had to consider. Like I said, if there was exceptions I can make for it being tight or whatever, but if it's too tight and it's too loose, like it is here, because I haven't even put in the padding yet, and I still got to zip this up with the padding in it. Yeah. I mean, this is kind of crazy a little bit. Okay. Yay! Okay, got it all the way up. Okay, so maybe it's not so tight in the shoulders, but it's still that we got all this to fill. All this. I mean, for graphic purposes, we got all this to fill. Okay? So it's just like I weighed 400 pounds and then suddenly lost all 400 pounds, or 350, I guess, if you want to say. And we got a lot of loose skin, a lot of loose fur, basically. So, obviously, you know, you got to fill it. Got to fill it with something. So, okay. We got to... And I'm already out of breath already, because this has already been a workout. You can try pillow number 1. Because it looks like a kidney. And apparently, it's got to go like this. It's like this that you got to wrap around, like so. If that makes any sense. But you'll see in just a minute, and it'll do stuff with my butt, it'll do stuff with the thighs. Okay, let's go for it, right? Okay, so I got to take this off, of course. Now I got to make sure this is precisionally placed, starting with the knees. So I got to put this somewhere around by my knees. So I got to take this, got to get down in here, and stuff it somewhere, which is probably going to be right on my kneecap, I think. I'm not 100%, but I think. Then the big one, you take. Okay. Now, I'm not even joking here. This is a lot, and it has to go wrapping around. So I'm going to have an ass here in just a minute. All right. So it's supposed to be like that and like that. So there that is, I guess. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. So I'm not still 100% confused as to how to do this. Shit. Yeah, this zipper's going to unlatch. There's just so much padding here. Then again, you do it to the other side as well. Here you go. Stuff that down like you're stuffing a bra, or in this case, legs. If you've ever stuffed your legs before. Okay. Do the exact same thing with this pillow. Put it in here, down your pants, or down your suit. God damn. Okay. Right down in there. Okay. I'm assuming, I'm truly assuming this is how it goes. All right. So there we go. I think this is correct. I'm not sure. So you got to look like you got, I think, I don't know. So when you do this, okay, this is so tight at the moment with all this padding, with all this fluff in here, these pillows, that it's almost agonizing, as you saw. And even then, I'm not even 100% sure that I got this right. The other thing is that this is right on my knees, this is right on my thighs and all that, and this is like next to impossible to walk with. It's more waddling than it is walking, considering how all this weight is distributed. It's more like I got wide hips, and true enough, I mean, that's how kangaroos have it. If you look at it anatomically correct, very large thighs, you know, made for hopping. And granted, you know, there's not going to be any hopping here with these things. So, Next job is, is to put it all back up, which I have not done, with the said padding that's in here. I was told to remove some and see what happens and whatnot. I haven't even tried it just as is, so I don't even know if I'm gonna, I don't even think this thing's gonna go back up. And again, I didn't have both of them in here when I tried. Oh my God. So, okay, I don't know how much more I can get up. Okay. Yeah, there's so much tension in the back, I don't think I'm getting this up actually. Like, you guys can leave comments if you can tell me like how much tension there is, just because of how this, these two are padded. I can't really see at all. I'll probably review this later and check out for myself, but this is it. This is what the whole thing is supposed to look like. I mean, I've never seen anything quite like this. I'm sure you have never seen anything quite like this. And this design is, and I felt that I was being honest with her. So this is very complicated. This is a very complicated design, because every time you want to make something or take it on and off, you got to worry about this padding. You got to worry about putting this in. You got to then figure out how to zip it up. You have to have this is like a two-man job just to get this together. Let alone you're trying to put all the pads in, make sure the pads are in right, and they're kind of moving around. And here you have the thunder thighs and this huge butt, which is not making much sense to me. See, I already broke the latch off, so oh well. You already have all this going on here. I'm thinking it goes down further. I don't know. But this is a little, this is it. This is what I got. And so the object of the game really is that I'm supposed to remove some of the padding. I was trying to explain that if I do that, yes, this will alleviate the tension that's up here, you know? However, when you do that from here, well then, like I was saying, you got this loose fur, okay? You got loose fur here because that mass is gone. And this is going to go all over the place, let alone this is already going all over the place in the knees. So it's like, I mean, this can't work. This just can't work like this. So, and I'm sorry, I can't even go any further because this thing is so tight up here. It's like now I would have to try to remove some of the some of the stuffing that's in these pillows, and I don't know how much. I can't even begin to think how much I got to tear out. So this, although this tension up here is is equal down here and is not pulling, because it is. And I really feel it's really hot up here, and I really feel that my concerns are legitimate at this point. After waiting a whole year and a half and then some to receive this, only to feel and get aggravated that I gotta construct a fursuit, and if I was going to construct a fursuit, I would have done it myself. I mean, I'm so confused, and I just figured out how to do these pillows because on the 9th I had an hour and a half conversation with her just about that. The pictorials weren't really working too well that I was getting. I literally had a video Skype call with her, and I was like, how, what, where does this all go? And this is just, I mean, I mean, the last two suits, or maybe just the one suit anyhow, with the 3 that have been, I've never I've never had this problem before. I don't understand. Like, it had padding in the suit in the last one, but not to such extent where you can't, where you're more waddling than anything else. I mean, I can't even, I mean, I can move my knee up, but it's taking some effort. I'm not too crazy about this. I'm really not. And I think y'all can understand why I'm not crazy about this. Tail, the paws, fine. I like them. I can live with that. But this body is... I mean, this is way out of left field for me. It's way out of left field. Yeah, I don't know what else to really say. You've kind of seen the graphic demonstration of this here, with the huge thighs, the huge butt, and then just the tightness up here and the added effort to get this all on. And you know, I'll truly be frank with you guys. I'd rather see this character dead and buried than having to go through all this. I would sooner end this than to carry on with what's happening here. I know a lot of you may not understand why I'm so passionate or why I'm talking about this so much. And I know it doesn't even matter that I've been doing it for 10 years, but I tell you, the good that I've done with this character over those 10 years has been immense. It's more than I could ever have anticipated and ever wanted. And the one prime example was Critters for a Cause. And having both the original and number 2 to make it out that way and to do a world of good with some charity work was absolutely amazing. And let alone that I know that I've done such good things in making people happy and doing things outside of the fandom that, I mean, it just hits you so hard that now it's a loss, and now we got this. It's just like kind of irreplaceable. I'm just at a loss for words right now. I'm really at a loss for words. So, I mean, I understand. I still have Clutch. I still have him and all that. And I think Clutch is going to be making more of a debut or more appearances than not out there in the world. But I can't work with this. Plain and simple. I just can't work with this. This was a letdown, a serious letdown. Yeah, I think I've basically said everything I need to say. I said that already too. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say at this point. I don't know who is watching, if there's any questions or anything you want to know. I guess even after this is over with, you can still ask me all the questions you want to this video and so on and so forth. It's still in my brain that I will take it upon myself to make something new. If this isn't a wake-up call or karma telling me that you should have done it this whole time, you should have done it, I don't know what it is. The only thing would be just to lose it, to have it stolen, and then that would probably have been the greater of wake-up calls. But seeing that this thing is just gone through so much hell already, I don't know how I can trust another fursuit maker. I don't know. I don't think I will ever again with this mess that I'm dealing with. I'm probably not the only one out there who's had issues and troubles like that, but this is one of them, and I'm saying it. Here it is. Things can go wrong. Things definitely can go wrong when there's uber amounts of problems beforehand. And I think I've really learned my lesson on this right now, being burnt about twice, as it were. So the other thing will be is that when these things are done, they're going to be done. If I can't save it, or whatever it is, whether it's this one, whether it's clutch, I can't save it, and it's well beyond my abilities in the whole sewing arena. I'm letting it go. That's just it. But I do hope that I will learn something. I will be able to just take it upon myself. If something goes wrong, I will just fix it. I will just do my best to try and fix it. If I can't, then it's just time to let go. And that's about all I can say. You do that with shoes, you do it with a shirt, you do it with sneakers. I just said that. You do it with any article of clothing, and that'll be the end of it. I've just had enough. I can't go through this again and again and again. It's too much money. It's too much aggravation. It's too much time. It's too much everything. Just trying to explain how something ought to be done in a very simple way, and this happens. This happens. So guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put this back in the box and have it just sit here until the 17th. I'm not even going to try any further. So take care, and thanks for watching.